Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel of literary art. Today, I'm going to talk about Kamala Das, a renowned poet in Malayalam as well as in English. Born into a family where her parents had a literary background, she naturally inherited a disposition towards writing. Actually, she is known with the name Madhavi Kutti, and she wrote both in Malayalam and in English as well. Her explosive autobiography, My Story, written in Malayalam, gained her both fame and notoriety. Later on, it was translated into English. See, she had married at the age of 15 to a bank officer, Madhav Das, who encouraged her passion for writing. Kamla was fortunate to be located in the city of Calcutta, in which she afforded good opportunities for creative talent. Kamla attended so many literary events in Germany, Jamaica, London, Canada, where she was invited to read her poetry. She also held literary positions in her state of Kerala and for a national Delhi. In 2009, The Times called her the mother of modern English poetry. Among her many notable achievements are the Pan Asian Poetry Prize in 1963 and a nomination for Nobel Prize in 1984. She also became a syndicated columnist expressing her views on women, children, and politics. Kamla lived by her own terms all of her life, which is clearly visible in her writings. So, friends, certain works which she had published, those include the names or the poetry collections such as The Summer in Calcutta, which was published in 1965, The Descendants 1967, The Alphabet of Lust. It was a novel which was published in 1976, and certain short stories also penned by her, which include A Doll for the Child Prostitute, Padmavati the Harlot, and other stories consecutively published in 1977 and 1992. Friends, Kamla's autobiography, which is called as My Story, is penned so poignantly that any Indian woman might identify the burden of expectations from a society steeped in patriarchy. It was actually written in Malayalam. Kamla did say later that she had adopted fictional elements in her story, but that did not prevent her from being censured for doing a striptease. She replied in characteristic style, saying that after she stripped off her skin and crushed her bones, people would perhaps be able to see my homeless orphan, intensely beautiful soul deep within the bone. Actually, Uh, so many poems have been composed by her, and it is said that she is a classic Indian woman, and much more is talked about her. She sometimes says that she can recall the names of the men who dominate the politics of India and follows this up with a plea of her place in the sun, while likely stressing that her knowledge and languages indicates that educated. She is as educated as a man. She was a very bold poet. Her poetic work could be classified under the genre of confessional poetry, not a common style for Indian poets, least of all women. She was quite the pioneer in this respect and also for using English to pen her verse. Her English poetry has been compared to Annie Sexton and won her both recognition and literary awards during her lifetime. So, friends, this was about the background of the poet Kamala Das Madhavi or Kamala Suraya. In 1999, she controversially converted to Islam, renaming herself Kamala Suraya. She received many literary awards, including the Asian World Prize for Literature in 1985. Friends, in the poem The Middle Age, first of all, I shall read that poem and later on we shall turn towards uh, the summary of the poem. Middle age is when your children are no longer friends but critics, stern of face, severe with their tongue. It's the time when, like poppy, they burst their cocoons and emerge in harsh adult glory. They no longer need you except for serving tea and for pressing clothes. But you need them all the same and badly too, so that when left alone, you touch their books and things and weep a little secretly. This is actually the reality of the old aged people nowadays. The urbanization has given the birth to the nuclear families, and these nuclear families have given the place for the old aged homes or the neglected old people, the elders, neglected old elders in our home. Actually, we must have to understand the importance of these old aged people or our parents who have become old due to the time, not by the heart, but by the age only. They need now the children who are grown up. They need their attention. They need to take care of them. This mental uh, condition of these old aged people in the house should be understood by the children. They must have to understand that our parents need the parenting from the children. That means the children should become the parents of their parents now, and it is essential nowadays. But actually, these children are thinking that they are the neglected souls in the house and they must have to serve themselves and to the children who have grown up. They need these old aged people or the parents in the house. Why? just to take care of their household work and to take care of their handkerchiefs and to knead their clothes and the bed sheets, to serve them tea and weeping secretly. That means the grown up children are not now neglecting their parents, maybe uh, unknowingly or maybe deliberately, but this condition is happening and we are seeing this condition everywhere. This situation of these uh, old aged parents is witnessed all over in the society. And now it is the need of the time that we the people or we the children who have grown up need to become the parents of our parents. See, she says, middle age is when your son, to whom you had once upon a time the squirrel's invitation to their jungle feast, writing in gold ink and posting it at night, turns around in disgust, crying, you have lived in a dream world all your life. It's time to wake up, mother. You are no longer so young. No. That means now the children are thinking that the parents have lived the life totally waste. That means it was not useful, and they had lived the imaginary life. They must have to open their eyes now and look at the world in real. But that is not the condition. They have made their children to stand upon their own feet. They have made their children to earn independently their prestige and their dignity. And that is the reason why the children have made their place or dignified place, I can say, in the society. That was not the imaginary world where the parents lived. They need not to wake up from their imaginary world. Just the children should know, the grown ups should know that the parents or the care which mm, the parents had provided to them is actually the best thing they provided in the world to the children. And due to that only, mm, the children have become independent and they have acquired the dignified position in the society. So what we have to understand that we have to take care of the parents who have become old aged, and they also need the parenting. That fact the grown up children must have to understand. The son who is taking care or with whom their parents are living, he must have to understand that our parents need parenting, and I must be able to provide the mental and the physical care to my parents. Actually, the poem is narrating the feelings of the middle aged mother who feels left out in the middle age. The poem is written in free verse, and the poet adapts a controversial style to present her thoughts. It is written as a single line, separated by commas and ellipses, which represents the pauses in the mother's thoughts, possibly to weep over the loss of the child's youth, where she was loved and cared for. So, friends, this is about the poem, Middle Age by Kamala Das or Madhavi Kutti or Kamala Suraya. You can call her by any name. And at the end, I just want to say that the parents need the parenting, and the grown ups must have to provide that parenting to our old aged parents. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe this video. Thank you. Thank you very much.